Super Tenda Boy, and here I am for another episode of Minecraft Map Mondays with a bit of a shorter map. Just like last week, I think I'm gonna do 2 episodes. The reason I'm doing that is because the map that I have after these two is a really big map, and it's probably gonna be a big episode. In fact, it's probably the closest that I ever came to actually finishing an adventure map. It's a big map. I say it's decently impressive, but I created it just when 1.4 came out. So yeah, it's not the greatest. But anyway, that's not what this episode's about. This episode is about this map, which is called Mansion Defender. That's at least what I called it. I went through a billion names. All these buttons here are useless. Also, if you can't tell by the title, this is actually a what was I gonna say? It's a tower defense style map. There's no redstone attached to these buttons, but I was hoping there'd be like special attacks on these. But anyway, you probably have nothing to know what I'm talking about. Wow, I need to word my things. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not too into this YouTube thing yet. I can't talk very well when under pressure, or however you want to say it. But anyway, how this works is you're trying to defend your diamonds down there from the pesky zombies coming through a hole in your attic. So this is supposed to be like your house. I didn't add any invisible walls here because you're supposed to shoot a bow, and as you can tell, I was not that experienced when I created this map, but I actually created this when minigames were really popular in Minecraft. They still are, but like they were just becoming popular, like when plugins were the thing. Anyway, if you have any idea what I'm talking about. So I thought, I've never made a minigame before, so, I'll make myself a minigame, unless you count my PvP map. Anyway, so, how this works is a zombie will come out of there. Oh, looks like it's raining. He'll come out of that hole, and he's going to go down all these floors, and he's gonna try to reach that diamond block. If he reaches it, then you lose that wave. They're like in waves. It's like a zombie game. Anyway, these tell you what wave you're on. This tells you if a wave is in progress. This is supposed to bring you to like a shop where you could buy different bows, but I never made that. Anyway, I guess I'll just go ahead and show you. You'll get the premise once I start. So, when I start this wave, a zombie comes out, and I can shoot him, and I need to kill him before he gets to the diamond block. But he can also jump down, and he will attempt to go through, but there is invisible walls on the bottom one, so they can't cheat. I added that later on. It doesn't make any sense. I tried forever trying to make it so that they wouldn't jump off, but I never actually fixed it. I guess I just gave up on this map. Anyway, it says wave complete, successful, so it doesn't actually show it up here. No, it doesn't, but now I can go on to the second wave. So I can just click next wave, and it will summon a few leather zombies. See, I'm gonna let one of them get to the bottom, just so I can show you guys what happens if they win. I'll just kill this guy here. That is not a very smart zombie. Here. Well, I was gonna help you out, buddy, but it looks like you can't be helped out. Here, let's just break that right there. Wow, and it said it was successful. Bravo. Actually, let's take this zombie, and we'll spawn him right there. And it says wave complete, failure. And then you can't pass the level, and you have to redo that level. But I actually only made 2 levels. So yeah, that's the entire map. As I told you guys, it's short, but there's a lot of redstone to do with this map. And I thought you guys might be curious of it, even though it's a little outdated. So I think I'm actually going to show all the redstone to this map. Okay, so the story behind this is I created this before I knew how to do game rule daylight cycle, which causes the time of day to stay the same. So it detects when it's becoming night, and then it sets it to morning. So yeah. Anyway, the next wave button comes over here, blah blah blah. Pretty much I'll just tell you what it does is it comes over here and it spawns 2 zombies in that black wool. It spawns them a few times and then it disables it using this derpy little repeater clock. There's a creeper on there for some reason. Oh yeah, because I didn't know how to do, what's it called? I didn't know how, game rules worked at all, so I couldn't do mob spawning false or whatever. So anyway, here, well, here's a spawner. It's summoning a bunch of, a bunch of, speed 2 potions right here where the zombies spawn. And then right here, we have, villagers that are being spawned on top of minecarts, and then the villagers ride through here. Now you might be wondering, what does that do? Well, what it does actually is it makes the villagers actually go behind the floors, so the zombies follow the floors and try to get to the bottom here. They can pathfind through the blocks. So they try to get to the villager as it rides along in a minecart at the same speed that the zombies can go at speed 2. And then it gets here and the villager is dropped into the void. So that's that. And then after you complete a wave and it's successful, then it will release bones through here, and then depending on how many bones there are, it will activate a new wave. I only made 2, so there's only 1 here. And then it goes up here and it disables the first wave right here because the redstone comes up through here. It disables it by pulling the piston back, and it extends this one, which makes it so that when you hit start wave, it sets the time to midnight, and then the time is instantly set back. But for the second that it was set midnight, the spawner spawns 2 or 3 or 4, depending if you're in easy, medium, or hard mode, right there, and then you have to kill them before they get to the bottom. But that's about it for this map. I'll see you guys in the next Minecraft Map Mondays, which will come out here in a little bit. But anyway, that's it for this map. I will see you guys all next time, and thank you for watching!